Khash Saghafi, Liberty Home Mortgage. And what am I talking about today? I am talking about the second part in my little video series of income and employment, okay? This part, I just did my previous video, was on the amount of income. This video is on the source of income, okay? It's on the source. If you're applying for a mortgage loan, one of the things that the lender's gonna ask you is, where do you work at or do you work for yourself? What's the source of your income? Where does your income come from, okay? Do you collect a pension and Social Security, dividends off of an annuity or something like that, okay? So it's the source of the income. When it comes to the source of the income, this is super, super important, okay? Extremely important. What I tell people, now again, if it's pension, Social Security, that's easy. How much you collect, we're done. The source of the income is a lifetime pension, easy. The source of the income is the Social Security Administration, easy. The source of the income is the $200,000 in your 401k, easy, okay? Let's talk about the hard stuff, all right? Let's talk about employment. What is your employment, okay? When it comes to employment, I'll start with self-employment. You employ yourself, okay? When you employ yourself, we get your tax returns, we pull up the Schedule C, the Schedule E, wherever the income is being driven to, and we look at that income there. We look at the amount that you pay taxes on. Whatever amount you tell the Internal Revenue Service that you pay taxes on, this is what we do. That's self-employment, okay? It's pretty complex and it's not that easy. Let's go over to employment, okay? Let's go over to employment. When it comes to employment, you work for an employer. What I tell people is this: there's 3 levels to the employment side of this. There's 3 levels to the employment side. Those levels are this, and write these down, especially if you're a loan officer and if you're a real estate agent, pay attention. This is where all the mistakes occur, okay? There's 3 levels. Level 1 is 2 years, same employer, same location, no breaks. In other words, what my industry wants to see, that you're working for the same employer for 2 consecutive years with no breaks. You didn't take off a month and leave and then come back. 2 years, no breaks, same employer. I call that level 1, okay? Let's go to level 2, because you're sitting here watching me saying, Khash, I've only been on the job for 7 months. Fair enough. Let's go to level 2. Level 2 is same employer, 2 years in the same line of work. It's not the same employer. It's 2 years in the same line of work. Number 1, level 1, is same employer 2 consecutive years. Level 2 is same line of work for 2 consecutive years with no gaps. Listen to what I'm saying to you. 2 consecutive years, same line of work with no gaps. You left on a Friday, you started on a Monday, okay? Listen to what I'm saying. If that's not you, then we go to level 3. Think about this. Level 1 is same employer 2 years, done. If that's you, you don't have to watch anymore, you're good, okay? If that's not you, Khash, I've not worked at the same employer for 2 consecutive years, then we go to level 2. Level 2 is same line of work for 2 consecutive years with no breaks. Leave on a Friday, start on a Monday. If that's not you, you say, Khash, I was off for a month. I'm not in the same line of work. I was off for 3 months. I went back to an employer, then I quit that one and went back to my old employer, okay? If you're not there level 2, then we go to what I call level 3. Level 3, write this one down. What's the story? This is where you get into, you have to tell me the story. Khash, I worked at ABC, I now work at XYZ, and I was off for a month. Not worried about it, that's fine. As long as you're full-time, everything's consistent, no problems, it all makes sense, same line of work, no problem, okay? Or, Khash, I work at ABC, left there, went to XYZ for 2 weeks, took 2 weeks off, went back to ABC. No problem, makes sense. You regretted leaving, okay? Let's go into this one. Khash, I'm part-time, I quit that job, went over here, there, and I was off for 7 months here. I've got 9 different employers. They're all part-time. It's all over the place. That's a train wreck, okay? That's a disaster. You've got to spell out your employment history to whoever the loan officer is up front. And if they're not asking you, you should be panicking. Those are the 3 levels of employment, as I call it. This is part of my 2-part series that I did. These are short videos. They're no more than 5 minutes long, maybe a minute or 2 longer, but purposefully I do it short to keep them short. If you want more information, call me, call a loan officer you know, talk to an agent, get a referral, whatever. Make sure you're subscribing to my videos, pay attention to what I'm talking about. I'll catch you on the next one.